Welcome back. In this video, we will be creating a chatbot. And once again, we will call on our good friend, Amazon Lex, to help us out. So let's move on to the console and create a new bot on Amazon Lex. We'll call this Lungo Chat. With the basic role permissions, and then we create. This doesn't really matter, it's a chatbot. We will do things differently with our chatbot. Here we'll be creating greeting intent, orders intent, and inquiry intent. Let's start with the greeting intent. We'll call it greeting, and then we save. Let's add inquiry. And save. And lastly, we will add the orders intent. And save as well. And let's add the utterances for greeting. We might add things like hi, hello, good day, how are you? We might even add how are you doing? Let's configure the responses. For the responses, we can configure something like, hello, welcome to the Lungo. My name is Lex. How can I help you? And then we can decide to add some variations. We can add something like, hi, my name is Joy. Welcome to the Lungo. How you doing? Leave that. And then we can save the intents. Let's move on to inquiry. For inquiry, the utterances might be something like store location, maybe even store hours, or when do you close? Maybe what time do you open? We can also add, are you open? And we can configure the response to be something like We are available somewhere in downtown. Our opening hours is 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. We can save our intent and move on to orders. For orders, we will be making use of slots. And slots are like variables that we need in our conversation with customers in order to fulfill their intents. We'll see how they work in a moment. So for these orders, let's start by creating the slots we will need in order to complete this order. The first slot we might need is the customer name, and it's alphanumeric. In order to get this slot from the customer, we might ask something like, to initiate your order, please provide your name. Let's add that. And then let's create another slot of jacket type. This is also a text. And for this, we might say something like, what size of jackets do you want? We can also add slot size. We'll call it jacket size. Text. We can say, what size of jackets do you want? Right now we have 3 slots. There seems to be a mistake here on the jacket type. The prompt should be, what type of jacket do you want? We can even change this to something like this. Since we have the customer name, from here, we can reference this variable right here by saying, thanks, and colon customer name. Thanks, whatever customer name gets passed in here. What type of jacket do you want? You can also do the same thing here as well. We can say something like, what size of jacket type do you want? So that if the customer says, hey, my name is Joe, we ask Joe, thanks Joe, what type of jacket do you want? If Joe says he wants a blazer jacket, we can ask Joe, what size of blazer jacket do you want? All right, let's move on. We can also ask for the color. Let's call this jacket color. And this is also a text. You can ask, in which color? Now we might need the quantity. So let's add quantity, and this should be a number. You might say, how many jackets do you want? Or we might make this a sort of confirmation, like how many color jacket size and jacket type do you want? So this can also serve as a confirmation to the customer. How many blue blazer jackets do you want? That. And lastly, to process the order, and we might also want to save the customer order in our database. Maybe we have a Dynamo DB somewhere and we want to save the customer order. We can ask for the customer email, something like customer email of type email address. We can say something like, to process your order, please provide your email address. Right. We have our slots. Now let's create the utterances. And we know already that utterances are what might trigger the intent. So for this, it might be something like order jackets or buy jackets. It might even be, I want to place an order, or I want to buy a jacket. The customer might also say, I want to order a jacket. Let's add the utterance. So we have the utterances, we have the slots. If we want, we can add a confirmation step here. We might say something like, your order has been received. Can go ahead to process your order. If the customer at this point declines, you can say, okay, your order has been cancelled. All right, let's move on. So on fulfillment, once the order has been received and placed, we can say your order has been placed for a jacket color, jacket type, jacket size, jacket. Thanks for buying from the logo. In case of failure, say sorry, your order cannot be processed. Please try again. And for the closing response, we can add thanks for buying from the logo. Let's take this out of here. Your order has been placed for a jacket. Okay, so we can move that to our closing response and we can say something like thanks for buying from the Lungu Boys Rock. All right, so let's save our last intent. Our intents have been saved, so now we can build and test our bots. Let's build and test. Build failed, there's an error. One or more slot names of slot value, how many colors, how many color jacket size. Let's look at our prompt for color. This should be jacket color. Jackets color. Now let's save and build again. Right, save. Build. Okay, our bot has been built successfully. Now it's time to test. Okay, let's say hello. Hi, my name is Joey. Welcome to the Lungu. I might say I want to, oh, let's try uh, you open available somewhere in downtown. So let's order a jacket. I want to buy a jacket. Please provide your name. Say my name is Joe. I want a biker jacket. Size, I want medium. Uh, say blue. Let me buy three. Email address, let's use altcloud at yahoo.com. Yes, go ahead. Right. Your order has been placed for a blue biker medium jacket. Thanks for buying from the Lungu Boys Rock. Right. So chatbot is working and we can also do something else. We have a customer order we can return, we can generate a customer order number, return the order number to the customer in case they want to track their order or they come back with a complaint. So we can do that, and we can also store the order number in our database. So to do this, we'll need to create a Lambda function and a DynamoDB to store the customer order. We'll be doing that in the next video. But before we proceed to that, there's something we'll be needing here. If we click on inspect here, our Lambda function will need an input for it to get triggered. So the events that will trigger our Lambda function will be our export. So, and the input it will be sending to our Lambda function will be in a JSON form, and what we'll be doing will be in the fulfillment, since this is where we have everything we need for the order to place the order and return the order number back to the customer. So let's look for a copy of what might be sent to our Lambda function. This makes it easy for us to write the function with less error. Okay, so for us to do that, we'll be needing the customer email, the customer name, and we generate the order number to store in DynamoDB. So here, this is where we have the customer email. All right. So we asked for the customer email, and then we got the customer email. So we have everything we need right here. So I'll copy this and I'll meet you in the next video.